Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Liberty Middle School First Presidential Debate 2020-2021. We have our two frontrunners here, Leighton Kirkland and Leighton Shellhammer. All right, Leighton Kirkland, you are the frontrunner, two of you, and your party name is called the Biblical Party. Could you tell us a little bit about this?
I think the biblical party needs to represent the Bible and that we need God in this school. This year has been a very, very tough time, and we need to look more towards Him.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Shellhammer, the Studeral Republican Party. Where does that name come from?
In the actual debate, I lean more towards the Republican side, but some of the things I didn't agree with. So I changed it up a little bit and went for pseudo Republican because as president for the student, I'm all for the students.
And Mr. Kirkland, your campaign slogan is "Be kind and be yourself." Why?
Because I think in this year we've had such a tough time. We need to lift each other up. You can't go through school throwing negative things and being negative. You got to stay positive for this year to get better.
Mr. Shellhammer, your slogan is "President for the Students." Where does that come
Walking around the school, there's a lot of hatred in the students towards everybody else. So I'm for stopping that. So I'm for the students.
from? So you were saying that the student body is for hatred. No?
Most of the students are hatred towards each other,
So the students hate each other.
mostly.
Ah, interesting, sir. All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Kirkland, when you were asked in a previous interview, what would you do for the school? You said, "I would put a microwave in the cafeteria." My question to you, sir, is one microwave enough to satisfy the needs of the student body? Or is this another example of students showing favoritism to some students and not others? Only the elite and the best of the students get to use the microwave, and only others can use snack bar.
Well, one microwave is not enough, Mr. Taylor. I talked to Mr. Conley. We were trying to at least get two or three, and how we want to fundraise that. Mr. Conley threw the idea at me. We could put tip jars at the stage or fundraise it any other way. Now, I think everybody should be able to use the microwave, even if you're on the tray, because the food is very soggy.
Food is very soggy. Interesting. Mr. Shellhammer, when you were asked a similar question in your own interview, you said, "I want to bring the snack bar back, better food in the regular line." Could you tell me about the logistics of such a thing and how that could be accomplished? Or is this just another example of a candidate promising something he can't deliver?
The lunch line is, like you said, most of the food's soggy. And if you put that into a microwave, usually it makes the food more soggy. But um, how I can do that is I could talk to the people who run the lunch line and the principal and give them ideas of what they could do to make their stuff better.
Um, let's see. When asked what could be changed to make the school better, Mr. Kirkland, you said, "If you get perfect attendance for 9 weeks, then you should be allowed to have a free 100. Could you clarify that, please?
So, when you get perfect attendance in a 9 weeks, I think it's a very great accomplishment. We only talk about the people who get perfect attendance for a year, but I think 9 weeks is enough. I think we deserve a free 100 for that perfect attendance for the 9 weeks. Because we need 100s. We need all the help we can get for our grades. Multiple kids are not struggling, but just need a little boost in their grade, and I think that's what they deserve.
Interesting. Mr. Shellhammer, when you were asked a similar question, you said credits for band, sports, theater, and choir. Now, sir, Liberty Middle School does not operate on a credit system. That's the high school. Are you suggesting that work done in extracurricular activities in Liberty Middle School should be given credits at the high school?
Yes, because most of this stuff like band, choir, theater, and sports carry on to the high school. So kids, students should be given incentives to carry that on into high school, like credits. So we should have a credit system.
So you would be in favor of introducing a credit system at Liberty Middle School?
Yes.
So you would
Yes,
be in
sir.
favor of retaining any students who do not get enough credits?
just less work in high school as they carry on.
Interesting. Thank you, sir. All right. Now, I'm going to give each of you an opportunity to say something about your campaign and something about your opponent and why you would make a better candidate for president. Kirkland, you are currently in the lead, so I give you the first response.
I think why y'all need to choose me over Leighton Shellhammer is because he is promising to bring back Snack Bar. And as I talked to Mr. Conley the other day, Snack Bar is not decided by the students, it is decided by the school board. So it is very unlikely he will be able to keep that promise. And I think you need to vote for me and Seth Kirkland. Seth is my vice president. I think you need to vote for us because we will try our best to represent you, and we will get that microwave in that cafeteria.
Mr. Shellhammer, your turn.
Students, I say you should vote for me and Mason Shellhammer as your president and vice president because he is promising to bring a microwave into our school. The microwave will only help students who have enough money to bring lunches to school. What about the students who have to go through the lunch line? They need better food there. What are they going to do? Microwave their soggy burgers and soggy chicken nuggets? No. We need better food in the lunch line so they don't have to use a microwave.
And before we let you go, Mr. Seth Kirkland, vice presidential candidate for Leighton Kirkland, you have 1 moment to say one thing in support of your candidate.
Make Liberty great again.
Mr. Mason, your opportunity to say one thing in support candidate.
I believe what he's saying about the lunch line is smart. Kids that can't bring school do need a better lunch.
Very much. And that concludes our first ever presidential debates for Liberty Middle School. Make sure you vote tomorrow.